And we are here on CWI Live Channel 23, Jackie and Michelle, and joined by a very special gentleman this morning, Sergeant Nate Ludwig. Thank you so much for being here.
You bet.
We want to keep people safe because a lot of us are traveling possibly today, getting ready for, as we head into the weekend, and we already last night saw another tragic accident that happened on the roadways, and we wanted to bring you in this morning because I feel like there's some basic things we can all think about to stay a little bit safer.
Right, you hope that they're basic things, and the biggest thing is that we look forward to is that the weather's kind of in our hands right
now.
It's kind of on our side.
It's on our side this year, which is a good thing, so we'll keep your fingers crossed. We had the opportunity to go below 300 fatalities this year for the first time since 1926.
Wow.
Nice.
Didn't happen. We've had a few more, but what is there, 11, 12 days left in the year, 11 days. We still could be below 310.
Well, we always say zero fatalities when we're talking about the Iowa DOT, usually showing you the sign every Monday morning. But when I was talking to you on the phone yesterday, you said something interesting. Lower fatalities, but we've actually had more accidents this year.
Right, and I think the big thing is cars are safer. And I just did run the numbers yesterday after I talked to you, and we're only one agency. So just the State Patrol, we've had 600 more accidents this year than we did a year ago this time.
600?
600
more.
More. Yep, more accidents. So, but like I said, the fatalities are down a little bit, but the accidents are up.
Okay, so how can we be preventing these accidents? Because
you attribute that to technology?
Thank you.
Thank you, officer.
That's probably the biggest thing. And the accident last night that happened down at Pella, that was the fifth or fourth wrong-way driver crash that we've had in the last 4 weeks in Iowa. So, and there's been 5 fatalities involved in these wrong-way driver crashes. So
that has to be one of the scariest things when you're driving and you see something coming in the completely wrong direction. Wrong direction, especially if you're someone driving that's doing a haul. You can't get out of the way.
You can't get out of the way. You can't move because the last thing you expect on a controlled interstate or a 4-lane road is to see something coming at you. Yep, you're not ready for it. So
unbelievable. Okay, so the biggest thing is just put down
your cell
the darn phone. Now, how has anything changed since it is technically illegal to be holding our phone and texting while we are driving? Have you seen any changes with that?
I have not seen any changes, but we've had close to about 1,500 citations since this law went into effect back in July 1st, 2017.
Wow.
And on Tuesday, quick story, myself and another trooper were taking all of our toys from Toys for Tots to downtown, and we were in our white conversion van that we borrowed from Fleet and Supply. We hit 3 stoplights from headquarters to downtown. At every stoplight, we were the first car to pull up, and I looked over, and every person had this.
Okay, remind us, because I have to admit it, Sergeant, I'm even guilty of this because we live crazy busy lives and we think if we're at a complete stop, it's okay to check it, it's okay to handle something really quickly, but that's not what the law says.
Nope, it's human nature though. You've got 30 seconds, quick. Let me send a text.
Yeah, what's going on?
Let me check on Facebook. But you can't. You have to be off the travel portion and at a complete stop.
How do you manage that? Because I know you get on your phone. Like I find if you're using maps or GPS and so forth, you still have it. It's just as you're not texting necessarily, but you're still using it to maybe get where you're going. And but it's still just as big of a distraction.
It is a big distraction because technically and legally you can type in an address on a GPS, but it's no different than typing in a text. So our bottom line is just tell people to put that phone out of your hand for the 15 minutes that it takes you to get downtown or wherever you're going around in the metro.
But if I'm in the parking lot or my driveway,
parking lot, you're fine.
And I set the map and I put it on its holder or something like that, that's within legal rights of being able to do that. Just don't be doing it while you're driving down the road. Yeah, okay. That
because all those 3 people that we honked at the other day, and we're not going to write somebody a ticket because we're in a white conversion van with no lights and sirens.
You did honk at them.
We did honk at them, and then you look over at them, and then immediately they know when they're in the wrong, and they put their phone down right away. So.
I find myself doing that if I'm driving, like literally not stopped, but driving, and I see buddy's head is down. I sometimes will honk or wave because sometimes who knows? You never know. It only takes literally less than a second for something to happen, correct?
And it's easy. I find it, but just throw it in your bag, put it in the back seat, and then it's not it's not even an option.
Just put it on silent because if you're on a long trip, you're probably going to have a passenger with you, and they could do their communicating for you. But when you're alone in your car, driving, like I say, that 15 minutes to work, what are you going to miss?
Now, you guys are wonderful. One, thank you for all you're doing of giving back this holiday season. You guys are wonderful about posting about that on your Facebook page. But you guys also kind of have a little bit of sense of humor in a way of an education aspect that you post when some people are doing some not so good things that you catch on the roadways. And a lot of those have to do with speeding. So we've talked a lot about put the phone down, but there's some other basic things we can keep in mind as we head in towards the holidays.
Right. And just last night I posted one in north central Iowa of a gentleman who was heading to Minnesota for dinner.
Okay.
He was late, driving 110 miles an hour.
110?
Yep.
In
So
a what?
To get to dinner.
In a 70.
In a 70.
And it's a long way to dinner, so it was another $330 added onto his tab.
All
so,
right.
I mean, we see this all the time, people driving way too fast on the interstate. You know, it's people want to get to their destination faster because they're in such a hurry, so that's what happens.
As I say, and here's kind of what I was talking about. You guys have no problem showing on your social media sites saying, hey, clocked this person going this fast, and you know, you kind of tell what they were charged for as well.
That was on a Sunday morning. A trooper in an unmarked vehicle out on Interstate 80 by Merle Hay, and vehicle passed him at 104 miles an hour and ended up being twice the legal.
On a Sunday morning.
On a Sunday morning, over twice the legal limit impaired. So.
On
Not
a
only
Sunday
one,
morning.
On a Sunday morning, yeah.
And I love on all of your posts, you put slow down, put the phone down, and buckle up.
Yep.
Here's another one. This was, I believe, right after a blizzard. You caught someone in the Osceola area.
Yep.
And then I think we have one final one, that a person going 97 miles per hour in 65 mile per hour zone, and that was in Hardin County, and they were late for school.
Yep. It's you know, the excuses never end, and they, you know, nothing surprises a state trooper what they hear people say.
Sure.
Their reasons are their excuses, and you just.
There's a book there. There maybe already is one out.
There should be one if there's not. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, but what you're saying is there's no reason big enough or important enough to be going that fast.
No, absolutely. And one of the comments
speeds.
somebody posted on there last night, and I usually try and go through those, and somebody said, "Doesn't the state give you 5 over?" And I mean, the limit is the limit. So I mean, we're not naive enough to know that everybody out here is driving 5 to 8 miles an hour over the, you know, the speed limit. But if you stay under the limit, you're going to be fine. But once you get above that speed limit, you're drawing attention to yourself.
We don't necessarily have the 5, Grace, right?
No.
You're not giving it out any extra holiday presents.
No,
this year,
not this
And I
year.
think everybody does.
They do. They think that 9.
If I skate just a little bit,
Just a little bit.
few, I'll be okay.
Yeah, that what's the 8 miles an
We're
hour
still
more
over.
is going to save you like 42 seconds by the time it takes to get downtown to work. So
Yeah.
it really.
That's true. I think we don't really, you know, you think you're cutting off time, but
Not really.
at the end of the day, it doesn't even amount to very much.
No.
Absolutely. Okay, so as we're heading towards the holidays, as you said, weather's kind of on our side, because I
Right.
believe we were almost dealing with blizzard-like conditions in certain times of the year last
Right.
year,
Right.
which is another whole area to watch out for in terms of safety. So weather's on our side, but we're still getting anxious for the holidays. What are the big things you would say? Are you guys going to be out?
There'll be
more in
extra
full
troopers,
force?
extra troopers out over the holidays, Christmas and New Year's, and it's that time, you know, when you travel with your family and there's college bowl games on. College
Yeah.
kids are back from school; they're back in their hometowns. So there's going to be some partying going on, and we just ask people, if you've had too much to drink, stay home, get a sober driver, but most of all, wear your seatbelt and put that cell phone down when you're driving.
Okay, I think it's pretty simple.
Yes.
As you said in all of your posts, slow down, drive the speed limit, put your phone down, and buckle up. I think that's all things that we can abide by.
Right.
And if we
Right.
all do that, we can probably get to our holiday destinations a little bit safer
Right.
out there. Wonderful. Well, thank you so
You
much
bet.
for joining us
Thanks
this
for
morning,
having me.
Sergeant. Very important information. Don't be the next
the road
social
safe
media
out there.
post on their Facebook page. And we encourage you, check out your Facebook page as well with the Iowa State
I
Patrol.
try and put something, at least one thing on a day there. So, you know, it kind of gets, you can only put so many pictures of people speeding on there, so it's something different every day.
I was going to say, it's not just about people speeding. It also shows some of the incredible things these guys have been doing, and gals have been doing over the holiday season as well, and giving back in huge ways. So we want to say thank you again for that, and help us keeping us safe during the holiday
You
Good
betcha.
season.
information.
Yep.
Tips.
You're watching